Hi there, it's me back from Backyard Garden, and I've got something very exciting going on today. I got some ramps bulbs, or I don't know what you call them, roots or bulbs, and so I'm going to plant them. And I got them from a place on Etsy called Cane Creek Meadows, a place in Tennessee. But and they definitely smell oniony. I put them into soak here. They looked really good when they came. They look really viable. I've got 20 of them here, and my family's heritage is from Virginia and Tennessee and North Carolina and all those kinds of things. So I grew up eating the kind of food that people from that area would put ramps in, you know, like fried potatoes and ramps with pot of beans and things like that. So anyway, you can't harvest them the first year. You have to let them settle in. But if they are happy where they grow, and I've read that they're kind of hard to make happy, but if you can get them happy, then and they grow, then you can harvest. They're like perennial, and you can harvest them year after year. So anyway, they're native to like a cool deciduous forest. So I think that they will do well here in this spot. My trilliums, which trilliums like the same kind of conditions, are growing just right here, a couple of feet away. So I'm gonna get this spot here ready. I'm gonna dig out some of the things that are already growing here. I've got lots of, well, I've got some strawberries that are just like ground cover. They don't really produce very much. They grow wild, but I'm gonna take the strawberries out and just get rid of them. And then, but I've got some Greek foxgloves here. I've got some wild columbines, which I love them very much. So I'm gonna dig them out and put them in pots and plant them in other areas. And then I'm gonna put the dirt in, some potting soil and whatnot in here, and then plant the ramps in. But I think they'll be really happy because it's shady. This is a red currant, and we're by the fence, so it gets shaded quite a bit. And then this is a grape arbor, and so it's shady right through this strain. So I think that they'll like it. The ramps will be happy because they'll be shaded, they'll be happy, and I think it'll be a really good spot. Right here where I'm kneeling there's a hole right now under it, but it's where I had, for years, I've had a hydrangea I put in there, and you know, it never really did anything. I think it might be a little too cold here for them, so I just dug it out. It's been in there like 5 years and it has never bloomed, not once. So I think it's just not a good candidate for my garden. So I took it out, and I'm gonna fill that hole with dirt and then put the ramps in here. These are coming out really easy. These are the Greek, they're called Greek foxgloves, and they're really pretty. They grow pretty much like regular foxgloves. I mean, they make a tall spire with these bell-shaped flowers, but they're kind of a furry brown and cream. They're really a beautiful color. So I really like them a lot, and they self-seed really well. So you can end up with a really nice stand of flowers where they're at. So anyway, I'm just going to keep taking these out. They're actually coming up so easy. This area has really nice soil in it, so I'm happy about that. stick. This thing right here is it's a native Oregon Thalictrum. It's kind of pretty. I've got a few others planted around. They're not as pretty as the like the Robocotium, or however you say it. Anyway, I've got some of those, the florist or the nursery kind, the cultivated kind, and I love them. But these are pretty nice, and they're a native, so I put them in. I'm gonna keep digging these out. And these actually are perennial, so they're really a pretty nice plant. I'm trying not to smash my wild columbines. I started them from seed last year, and they've really done well. They are loving it here. And so I'm just gonna leave them alone. Try not to smash them too much. They're really not back in this corner though. They're more, this is my hole. I almost fell in right there. Actually, these ramps, I'm not gonna need that much space. I've got 20 roots, or whatever you call them. They're like roots. And so I only have to dig a little bit more, I think, and I can get to them. That one. And care about these strawberries. What's this? Oh, it's some kind of rock. I've moved these before. They're very easy to move. They're tough. These Greek, I think that's what they're called, Greek foxgloves. They might be called woolly foxgloves. What's this? Oh, this is another foxglove. Okay, pile them here. Okay. Let's see, I might as well just take out this whole area. Okay, worm, get out. Go somewhere else. I don't want to disturb you. Strawberries. Oh, that's a root of my digging up a root of my red currant bush. I gotta be careful. I'll bury it again. I think it'll be all right. I don't like these strawberries. Never really produced. I let them grow to be ground covers. But okay, let's take this out right here. All right. Put that there. Yeah, those are roots from my red currant. So I'm going to bury them again. Shallow rooted. Okay. Bury these roots. Kind of do that. That one. What I'm going to do also is I think I'm gonna mark off this area so I don't forget that the ramps are in here. I want to end up digging them up for some reason or whatever. I guess that what they do is that they go to ground like most bulbs do. And so it would be easy to forget, and accidentally dig them up later. This right here that my bag is sitting on is a hollyhock. I love hollyhocks. And there's some more roots of the red currant. Fill that in. I'll make sure that's filled in real good. Do not want to ruin my red currant bush back here. Yeah. I can get lost in the sauce digging up. Oh, that was the wrong one. Digging up strawberries because I'm always trying to get rid of them because they'll just take over everything. They're shallow rooted, so I mean that part of it's nice. They're not that hard to dig out, but they're just so persistent, and they will cover up everything else. So if you want a ground cover, you know, they're good. But once you're done with using them for ground cover, it's good to take them out. All right, so I got my hole dug. Get these out. They just send out so many runners. It's insane. So I'm gonna get my dirt in here. Let's see here. Get that out. Okay, now this is going to be pretty good, I think. Actually, I'm going to get some more dirt to put in here. Okay, got some more dirt. Okay. Oh, I think they're going to be so happy here. It's very shady and cool back in here. So this is good. And right back here is a clematis. There's a clematis. They're going to grow up and then make it even more shady. And then there's other hollyhocks and the apple tree. There's just all kinds of things here that keep this really nice and shady. Okay, I ordered these ramps from a place called off Etsy called Cane Creek Meadows, and then I've got them soaking in some water. But see, they basically just look like little green onions. They got mud on them, but that's what they look like. And they arrived in really good shape. So the resources information says that to plant them, you plant them 3 inches deep with the tip of the bulb barely exposed, and you put them 4 inches apart. So, okay, tip of the bulb barely exposed. Well, I'm gonna say it looks like you can kind of tell where the leaves were, where it was growing out of the ground previous. You know, you can just tell, like that I think that probably when they were dug up, this much was under the ground. So I'm just gonna do it like that. I'm gonna put them in at the same level that they were when they were dug. And I'll just put them 4 inches apart. And I'll just get them all in here. Let's see. Those look really, really good. So we'll just try to make them be how they were before. Sorry I keep sniffing. I have really bad allergies, and so my nose is always running when I tip my head down. Okay. I'll be very excited if these take hold. That'll be really, really fun. I think I'm gonna have plenty of room, so this will be good. It's supposed to, well, we're still getting frost. I mean, generally the nighttime lows right now are right around 32. So some mornings have been frosty, and some are, you know, barely above frost, I think. Some of these tops are kind of wilted, so where they're wilted, I'm just pinching them off. Whoops, that one I didn't get all the roots under. Make sure all the roots are down there, not curling back up. But anyway, some mornings have still been frosty, and then it was cold and wet this morning. It was raining a little while ago, but it looks like it's gonna warm up now all of a sudden. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and water them in real good with a watering can, and then I'm just going to set the sprinkler on the whole area so it'll be nice. Look at this one. It almost looks like a shallot the way it's growing. It's got like a double skinny slender bulb there. That's interesting. Let's see. Okay. That one. That's a good one. I have enough room. I think I do. Those are little ones. Put all the big ones in first. Ooh, that's a really big one. Sturdy looking one. Let's see. In. That's a good one. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, I can go right there. Looks real good. I'm not worried about the roots of these other things growing through there, because I think I've found that it seems like plants like to be in the company of other plants, like they are in nature. So, I mean, if I was growing like a stand of corn, I wouldn't have them. I wouldn't want I wouldn't want to try to plant it in among other things. But something that's like these guys, they naturally grow in a forest community. And so think that a lot of things like that seem to do better if they grow among other plants and flowers and things like that, instead of totally trying to be isolated. The one thing, when I planted the asparagus, we put it in its own raised bed, because everything I read about that said that it definitely does not like competition. And so we just went ahead, and plus because they're a perennial kind of a plant, we went ahead and made a raised bed, and all by themselves they're growing. But I think these kinds of things that are actually they're not a cultivated, really, they're not a cultivated, they're not really a cultivated, it's another double one. They're not a cultivated species. They'll probably be super happy just right here, where these other plants are around, to kind of protect them and distract the bugs from them and be companion plantings, more or less. Okay, so that's all done. Now I got a bonus. I've got all these little Greek foxgloves that I can plant around in other areas of the garden, which I definitely have ideas where to put them. So I'm going to go get the watering can. Then the last thing, I'm going to go ahead and mark this area off. I've got these are actually whips that I save when I prune my apple trees. I save the cuttings, and you know, you can make little, they're really good for when you just need little stakes for things. Yeah, so we'll just put those like that, and then I'll put one, you know, actually I don't even need them there, because I could use the red currant bush branch for my deal, but that's okay. Okay, all right, so there's all that, and then I'm going to take some string and just kind of, I don't know, just to help remind me not to walk in here or whatever. I hate walking on my plants, you know, you work so hard to have them be nice and pretty, and then you walk in there and smash them down. So we'll do that. And then, let's see, who knows, these apple whips might grow roots, I don't know. Let's see, there's one, then we'll go back over here, and then, just barely enough string, it'll work. Okay. Come on now. Okay, there. All right. So ramps are planted. So there it is. Hopefully this will happen, and that'll be a really fun addition to the garden. So hope y'all have a really good weekend. Bye.